welcome to the all-new episode here of Potty Talk, the only talk show that takes place on the hopper, because that is where the shit goes down. And this is your host here, Kevin, aka Chicken Boy, aka Lampanelli, aka Your Mama. And tonight I am here with my guest, the first ever reoccurring guest here on Potty Talk, Mr. Joe Riss.
Hi everybody.
Hey everyone, yay! Clap at home. Do your Kermit the Frog clap, yay! If you will. Oh, ooh, I didn't know that. Anyways, he was a little bit different from the last time he was on here. You're going through a lot of changes, Joe.
Yeah.
When I first met you, you had the long hair, the overcoat, you kind of had like the Highlander thing going. I thought you was the chosen one.
Well, I mean, that is kind of why I went traipsing across the country. I mean, there was like 800 other people who, could live forever, and there could be only one, and so
Gotcha.
Something about the apocalypse and cutting people's heads off, and it's really boring, actually. So
it's not great. It's that would make a terrible movie. I hope no one ever makes a film about that.
I hope so too.
Really,
I mean,
immortal people chopping people's heads off. Who wants to see
4 or
that?
5 films and then like a TV series. I mean, it just no.
I mean, especially throwing like a Scottish actor in the mix. I mean,
Scottish actors and
Yeah.
people that are 5,000 years old and lightning storms every time somebody dies.
yeah, that's just. I mean, who needs that?
And then some weird power of illusion or something that you get after you kill so many other immortal people. I mean, it's just stupid.
Just dumb. I mean, and what are you going to throw on top of that? A Queen soundtrack? I mean, come on. It's just fucking. I mean, Jesus. Come on, Hollywood.
Just not a bad idea.
Speaking of Hollywood, I got my General Zod haircut going on too. They don't know what the hell this is.
It's a new wave, new look for
I
it.
don't know. This is called the I woke up late in the morning and didn't feel like taking a shower. Look here. This is called sticking your head underneath a sink here. But anyways, that's a whole other story. You are not alone. We should just do that for the entire interview. Just skip all the questions and just stand directly in front of the camera, looking into it, doing "You're not alone."
Well, we're just gonna make weird cultural references for the next
some weird
15 minutes or so.
avant-garde pop culture nonsense. And then we'll throw a Queen soundtrack on top of it, and it will be the greatest thing ever. Bicycle, you are not alone. It'll make no fucking sense, but the kids, they love that. They love the remixes.
Yeah, Uwe Boll can direct the whole thing.
That'd be great.
Actually, no, I never want that man touching any story associated with my life.
Anyways, we're getting way off track here. We're here in a bathroom. This is a different bathroom than I was in last time I interviewed you. You have been around, sir. I mean that in a good way, not in a filthy, disgusting way, like my uncle. But
No. Actually, my bathroom in Portland was epically huge. I wish we could have done one of these out there, but that would have meant airfare and a budget for
the travel, and I wasn't doing a show. I was injured for a year, so.
That's right. But last time we did this was in my apartment on 108th and Blondo, now 2 years later, here I am living in my parents' house. Which, hey, it's okay though. My generation. There's a lot of people that no shame in it. Very, very grateful to have family to back me up on that. But kind of the Cliff's Notes version of what happened though. I went. It was really kind of random. Just driving across town one day. My lease was up at the end of April. And I saw a for lease sign on some apartments. It's like, hey, those are kind of cool. I should call them tomorrow morning. It was a Saturday afternoon, right before Easter. And then my next immediate thought, sitting at a red light, was, I get another apartment in Omaha if I can go somewhere else. And like a couple hours later, I'm at the bar with my buddies. I'm still thinking about it, and so it's just like I think I put something on Facebook like, hey, I'm thinking about moving to Portland, Oregon. It was like, oh shit, people from Omaha say it. Everyone's linking to that video where it's like, oh yeah, hey guys, I'm moving to Dallas. I'm moving to New York. I'm moving to Portland. It's like, let's go to Blue Line Coffee. It's some weird local comedy group type thing, but just like it was a lot of, oh yeah, everyone says that, no one ever does it. And like 6 weeks after that, like, I mean, yeah, I lined up a job and a house and everything else.
And you're like, all right, I'm off to
hitting the road. Yeah, it was just like, I think once I bought the ticket to fly out there to like interview and look at the house, like a lot of my friends were like, "Oh, you're actually doing this." And it's just like, yes,
this is a real thing.
This is an actual thing.
Just...
Like, people really do this, and
no one ever follows up on what they say. What the hell?
Well, it was, yeah, I didn't expect it to happen as fast as it did. It was just, I started kind of looking into it, and worked for AAA here for quite a few years, and so I just like kind of put in for a position with AAA Oregon, different clubs for different parts of the country, and I mean, they were interested in my credentials, and so it's like, they called me back, and then it was just one little thing led to another, just every step of the way. Just as far as, getting my plane ticket taken care of, a few friends had some yard work they needed done, they were willing to pay me for. And so, I mean, that fell into place. I had an old car that had broken down that, someone gave, like a junkyard gave me like $700 for. So I was like, holy crap, okay, well, that takes care of that problem. And my girlfriend left me, and so I'm like, all right, one less conversation I have to have about that.
That's out of the way.
I'm just, boom, 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 like, oh, I can leave now.
My contract is up with her, so like when you get the chance.
It was literally the day after.
Change phone companies.
It was Easter Sunday. Like, I woke up and I was looking around my apartment, like, how much of this stuff do I actually need? I mean, I could sell a lot of this, get rid of it. I mean, or buy new stuff when I get out there, and I'm like, oh, explain it to that person. My parents didn't understand, but I'm like, things are going pretty well. We're in a rough patch, but okay, that might be one that what's that? It's over? Oh, cool. Hey, thanks. I guess I'm going to Portland.
Thanks for the release. Like for signing the field trip notice so I can go off and...
She was like,
She signed a permission slip, I'm out.
Well, I think on the phone she was like, you seem to be taking this really well. And I'm like, oh, no. These things happen. People grow apart, etc. And my cousin's sitting next to me, because it was a family thing. It's like, he's like, what was that? That was a breakup call. He's like, oh, let's get some. That just means I can go to Portland now. He's like, you're serious? I'm serious. Let's go.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Why Portland? Why, of all the places the country went, that's the place.
Yeah, well, I've been to Chicago. I spent like 5 days in Orange County, California, up by LA, San Fernando Valley kind of area. And they just seemed really crowded and really angry and always in a hurry. I mean, Chicago, and no offense to people who live there or like to go there, to any of these cities. But I mean, it was just like, I remember in Chicago, you could stand on the front porch of one house and like lean over and touch the house next to it. Just, everything was just really, really close together. There weren't really open spaces or anything like that. I mean, I was down at Navy Pier and whatnot. I mean, just finding parking and, stuff like that. It just like seemed like a really, really just jam-packed, go, 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 go. Everything's expensive and violent and smells like cookies. Literally smelled like cookies. We were like a mile from the plant where this house was. But it just wasn't quite the vibe that I wanted, that I was comfortable with in a few places. But I've actually thought about this a few times over the years. And so, I mean, I had like a list of places. One of them was like Columbia, Missouri, just a little college town. Met some people down there, partied with them and whatnot. I guess it's you could easily survive with a car and everything on like $9,000 a year. And so I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, etc. But I mean, Portland, like I'd been out there before, and it was just really just chill, kind of cool place to be. Really good mass transit system. Cost of living is about the same as Omaha, except for housing. I poked around on Craigslist. I found a room like 10 minutes away from my job for like $400 a month. And so I was just like, okay, shit, let's go check this out. And I don't know why. It was like sitting there in the car. It was like, hey, why get an apartment home if you go somewhere else? Hey, Portland seemed kind of cool last time you were there. Yeah, let's check out Portland. And then it just didn't know anybody out there. And on the drive from Omaha, like the day I left Omaha, like I stopped the night at the first hotel in western Nebraska, and I got a Facebook message from a friend of mine who moved out of state, like somewhere in Washington, like 5 years ago. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm moving down to Vancouver, which is like the Council Bluffs to Portland's Omaha. And yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm moving down to Vancouver next week. Let me know when you're coming out here and da-da-da, if you have any questions. I'm like, I'm actually on my way right now. Holy crap, it'd be good to see a familiar face. And so it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, 2.2 million people, I know one person.
One of that group.
Yeah.
Sea of humanity. Nice.
Yeah.
What brought you back? At what point you decided, okay.
It was...
Was it like a Forrest Gump type moment? I want to go home now. Just kind of stop running.
I want to go home.
I want to go home now.
It was a couple of things, but I mean, yeah, I didn't know a lot of people out there, and yeah, it takes a while to settle into. But the main kicker, it was like I came home for Thanksgiving for like 24 hours. I was like, from when my plane landed to when my next flight left, it was like maybe like 26, 27 hours. And I mean, it was just like, home cooked food and bear hugs and friends and familiar people and places and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then like, I flew back out there and drove myself home from the airport, for one. And then it just, the contrast in that of just, how alone I was and how unfamiliar that city was to me, it kind of freaked me out because, I mean, it just like, I could probably wake up, drunk on the frickin', lawn just about anywhere in Omaha as soon as I know what streets I'm on. It's like you have a general idea of where you are. Well, when you don't have that anymore, I mean, my first day of work in Portland, people are like, oh, where do you live from here? What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I mean, here's my address, but without my GPS, I can't get home today. Like, I just got in town last night. And so it just... There was that, and then, I mean, Christmas, it's just like I went to work, and then, after work I went to a bar and just, kind of, yeah, Christmas should not be spent alone at a bar. Just saying. And so it's like after that I was just like, I'm good. I've done what I needed to do. I've met people, I got promoted, I've done this, I've done that, and it's just... It was good. Like if I would have had like a job I was really attached to, or been in school, or some kind of relationship or something like that. I mean, like something worth staying for. Okay, fine. But yeah, it was just like I was kind of looking over like the list of things I wanted to get done in the next 6 months, as far as like meeting people and like performing again and stuff. And I was just like, I could achieve all of this within like a week if I were in Omaha. And so I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Gotcha. So back home.
Yeah. So just
bust out the old banjo and back home. So Ryan, I topped the airplane.
I drove back. I do not.
Oh wow.
I do not recommend driving a Hyundai through 3 mountain ranges in December.
Wow, yeah, because that is a distance there.
And I stayed at the creepiest motel ever on the drive back too. It's crazy.
The real life base motel, just kind of.
I think it was called the Outsiders Inn in Snowville, Utah.
Nothing about that sounds good.
No. Well, I was trying to get it was like another 50 miles to like a Motel 6. I think in Ogden, Utah. But it was like I was like falling asleep at the wheel and it was dark out and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, this says it has a motel, so I stopped there, and like I went up to like the office, and like they just had like it was a crayon box, like one of those old like crayon boxes from school, with like these little cards that they had like all the stuff printed out, like, okay, put your credit card information on the back here, name, address, driver's license number, which car is yours, and just drop it in the slot, and it's like, okay, fill it out completely, we won't bother you. I'm like, okay. And I mean, I check into the room, like, yeah, there was just envelopes with keys and cards. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is weird. But, and it, just weird, surreal experience. Well, okay, and like after the whole thing, I mean, like I got home, and my dad busts out the Rand McNally Atlas. Snowville, Utah does not exist. There are towns in Utah with like 6 people, but Snowville is not on there anywhere. And I mean, like my friends tried looking up on Google Maps.
So
like,
you found Silent Hill, basically.
Yeah, apparently.
You found the ghost town that's not really there, but
it was just
you can see it.
really, really freaking just crazy and goofy experience. But I mean, I got home. It was like 11 o'clock at night on December 30th. And so it's like, the next day it was like New Year's Eve. I'm like, woo, let's go party! Oh my God, I'm tired. So, so that was fun.
So that was it. Then back to Omaha. Which is weird. Your story and my injury sort of intertwine here. Because, see, the last time I seen you before you left town was, I think you was leaving the following week.
Yeah.
And the following week, on that Tuesday, I was going to have my first knee surgery. I didn't know there was going to be a follow-up, part 2 to the knee surgery. So my last time, because we all know each other from the open mic scene and whatnot, and Tuesday nights there was an open mic going on the Hideout. You and I met there, and that's basically kind of the Hideout bar is kind of a hangout for a lot of us. So we all ended up trying there. I had my knee surgery. I went to the open mic. It was like your farewell show down there.
Yeah.
Which you asked me, sir, to run around and do the crazy shit. I got injured. I got a torn meniscus in my knee. Hey, can you go ahead and hop around?
Yeah. Run around with me for the.
And I, like an idiot, sure.
And you did.
I did.
You're allowed to tell me no.
I'm like. That hardcore. That's dedication, sir. I hope you appreciate that.
And I do. I really do. I respect your work and your contributions too.
So that was my last night at the Tuesday open mic there. Had my first knee surgery. Something went caca, and I ended up re-tearing my meniscus again. So I had a second knee surgery. I didn't want to go back to open mic scene until I was like somewhat back to being normal. Semi-more as normal as I can get. So my first night back finally was after the second surgery was I think the first Tuesday after the new year. And this is shortly, you just finally came back to town. So my first night back into the open mic scene, well, not actually performing, but at least coming out and hanging out, what happened to be when you was back. Yeah, so it was like this weird one night of like everybody was back together again, everyone was happy, and it was good times, great oldies, and 3 days later all hell just breaks loose on Facebook.
Oh God, yeah.
So,
oh jeez.
A lot of some controversy here.
Yes, it just.
Yeah.
Omaha exploded on Facebook.
Well, it's fair we were watching this unfold on here because I had like as just a random person watching this unfold. Something's going on, but no one's really saying what it was. and it took a while before I figured out that you somehow was thrown into the mix.
I was trying like to just like stay quiet and just like not stir the pot. I didn't want to put anything out there like, oh hey guys, new open mic, because it's like a lot of people be like, brr, fuck you. But I was like, hey, okay, we're just gonna lay low and stay quiet. But I mean, it just. What was there a specific question that you had about this whole
just to clarify, I guess what I'm trying to clarify to take some of the heat off here is what exactly happened. From my understanding here, is I think my first time getting your side here of what happened here. And for those who at home watching this and have no clue what we're talking about, for years there's been an open mic hosted by two people at the Hideout bar on Tuesdays. Jim Morrison and Andy Morgan, both good friends of mine. You also a good friend of mine. Dave Blackman, the owner of the bar, also a very good friend of mine. So for some creative differences came up, and they decided to no longer have Jim and Andy doing the show on Tuesday. How long? Well, basically after that, you became the new host of doing the open mic on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
How long apart did that process happen? I mean, what did you know when Dave? I mean, you basically got offer after all this went down. The fall part had already happened. Is that correct? That between Jim, Andy, and Dave. We have a guest.
Yes.
We have a dog that's possibly entering the bathroom right now. Come here, Pushy. Come here. You can't see on camera, but there's a very large, giant white dog here below my crotch. There he is. There's his. See that? See, I'm not making this shit up. Yeah. We just had a dog on Potty Talk. Top that, Barbara Waters. Bitch. Anyways.
So good.
And that is not getting edited out.
It's okay. It's okay. It's making like a bloopers, like, be real special features behind the scenes.
So anyways, I just want to clarify this because you got a lot of heat here up for accepting the job.
Well, let me tell you about that, brother.
Okay. Let's get this one out of the way.
Yeah. And I mean, I think there are a lot of misconceptions and whatnot out there that there was a lot of things flying around thanks to the internet. But anyways, what basically happened? It was one night. I think it was like 2 weeks into January. But I mean, it was after the show. I mean, I was just at home, eating my fast food, and it was like 3 a.m. and I got a phone call from Dave, the ultimate bar owner, Blackman, and he just said, okay, yeah, it's just there's a problem. You know, we had some differences, and basically. They're out, and would you want to host a new open mic on Tuesday? And so I said, okay, yeah, we can talk about this, etc. We should probably meet and discuss any particulars or what's going on. Once we're both sober and it's not 3 o'clock in the morning. And so that night, we met and we talked about it and whatnot, and just like everyone just kind of agreed, okay, yeah, we should probably keep this on the down low, so as not to cause a curse-plosion on Facebook and other places.
Anyway.
Kind of happened anyway. But yeah, I mean, it was like Tuesday night, then Wednesday we met and we talked about it. Said, okay, well, yeah, we're gonna do this. Originally, he was saying it was gonna be a couple of weeks, but then it was just like, okay, well, yeah, this Tuesday, boom, that's you. And I'm like, okay, so it was supposed to be Thursday. He was going to just make it a done deal, notify them and everything else, and it was just like, but before that happened, it was just like, I started getting text messages and phone calls and stuff on Facebook and whatnot, and it was just, yeah.
Fun time for your
all hours of fun for everyone. And
did she think there would be a backlash, or did she? I mean,
I had a good idea.
I had expected this.
Well, I knew that there was going to be some kind of a backlash. That there would be people who were unhappy with it, and I mean, yeah, things kind of got out through the rumor mill, and so it just I didn't quite have. I mean, it wasn't done in a way that as far as diplomatic kind of thing. I think it was just people hearing about it through whispers and whatnot and drawing their own conclusions versus just it being able to have been done. It's just okay, hey, here's what's going on from us. It was just there was all this other stuff going on, and then it kind of came to our doorstep. It's well, yeah, this is what's going on. Sort of screwed any chance for me to have addressed it peacefully. So that sucks. But I mean, that night, it was a Thursday night, and so people were like, oh yeah, coming out to O'Brien's. I'm just like, I don't want to be around open mic performers right now. Where are you? I'm hiding. And so a friend of mine took my phone away at a certain point. They're like, you don't need to see anything on Facebook. You don't need to read anything coming in. Just that's going over there. Have another shot. So it was just kind of all right, you are hiding and drinking right now. I'm like, all right, that's totally fine by me. So. But it's been interesting though. I mean, people have calmed down for the most part.
It does seem like things are kind of cooling off there.
Well, no. Actually, Jim and Mandy and John and I, John kind of opened a bit of a channel and whatnot. Yeah, we sat down a couple of weeks ago to sort of talk things out. I mean, there's better ways that it could have happened, but I mean, yeah, still. I mean, it's just I think the tone of the whole thing was just kind of okay. We can't control what other people are doing, but, it's just, if there is any problem that one side has with the other, we all have each other's phone numbers here, we were all friends a few months ago, so just, yeah, if you have questions, if you have a problem, let's call each other and talk it out before.
Well, glad things are, somewhat catch up now.
Exactly. I mean, it just,
for me, like I said, I'm friends with pretty much everyone involved here, and when this whole thing first right now, I think I posted this on my Chicken Boy page here. It's like a divorce happened between your parents, the Jim and Mandy and Dave were like split up, and like my parents just and like, oh shit, who gets custody of me now?
Right.
Where do I go to?
Well, you know, honestly, that's something that's kind of pissed me off. Is just like well, not that I'm like angry at anyone in particular, but it's just like more that this is how things were for a while. Maybe still kind of are, but it was like. A few people have like apologized to me, been like, "Oh yeah, hey man, it's just like I'm sorry to cut out of your show, but you know I'm going over to Mojo's. There's this thing going on over there, or something like that." I'm like, "Don't apologize to me. If there's another show you want to do, I mean, you know, it just I mean, most of us would probably take a gig for like a box of crackers or something. We'd be lucky to get a box of crackers, but I mean, if there's a show that you want to go do that show. I mean, don't apologize to me for." Working with other people or anything like that. I mean, like, I don't want there to be, you know, any of this, like, divisiveness or crazy or whatnot. It's just, okay, just come on in. It's an open mic. Yeah. The whole point of the open mic is just to, you know, get some exposure, get some stage time, and work on your stuff. So.
Yeah. The 2 open nights and 1 night is really kind of, in a weird sort of way, made things a bit interesting to
like, I was thinking about this last week. It was just like, you know, it's not just, Omaha's Most Wanted and Shoot Your Mouth Off, but it's like, you know, on certain weeks, like, JC Morgan's got his thing at the pizza shop. And then I think, there's like a draft house, there's, I guess, some other music open mic that goes on Tuesday nights, and so it's like, you know, there's like up to 5 open mics on a Tuesday, and so it's just like, if you gotta like show up late or duck out early, or if there's something else you're going to go do, then hey.
Long story short, you know, whatever the heck your talent is, music and poetry, cat juggling, comedy, whatever the heck it is, check out any of these open mics that's going on in this town. There's a shitload of open mics going on right now. It seems like there's almost one every week right now in this town. Some of them are theme driven, some of them are really just, you know, music, and some of them are just comedy. But still, I recommend whatever your talent is, if you want to get some stage time, head out to the you got like a ridiculously long name for your show.
Omaha's Most Wanted.
Omaha's Most Wanted open mic. Hideout on Tuesdays. You also got the other ones, Mojo's with the Shoot Mouth on Tuesdays as well. Go to both of them. That's what I say. Hit one, hit down to the other. Really get some stage time. And whatever your talent is, just fucking give it a shot.
Collaboration Comedy runs a great one on Wednesdays. There's Side Doors too on Wednesdays. Every other Wednesday you got the Dubliner. Thursdays you got Styles for comedy. You've got Overheads for music. Friday, what's that place downtown?
Dubliner.
Not the Dubliner. It's It's the BYOB place. Look around. I mean, just for open mics in Omaha. There's probably one damn near Monday at Duffy's. Great comedy open mic down in Lincoln. Lots of really awesome stuff going on. And stuff. And you should be part of it.
Or just go there and fucking check this shit out and support these people.
Check it out, you know.
Because we need crowds.
We need crowds.
Those of us who perform.
Please buy us a drink. We're all broke.
Yes.
We are artists.
Artists and.
Well, me and I think it was Sam Shiragi and John Kenobi like ran into each other at a Quick Trip, and we're standing out there for like 15 minutes having a conversation about just stuff going on the scene, and it's like these guys kept running up to us and asking us for cigarettes, and one of us was trying to sell us like an Auric vacuum and stuff, and we're just like, we're all artists here, we don't have any money, and they're like, oh, that's all you had to say. And just walked away, and so I'm like, wow, okay.
That's all it takes.
It's like perfect bummer palette. It's like, I'm an artist.
I'm an artist. I can't. Other than the open mic thing that you're doing on Tuesday nights now at the Hideout. You've also been involved in something called Samurai of Spoken Word.
Yes.
What the hell is that? I've seen it pop up a few times throughout the past year. Even when I was injured, I've seen it pop up before then.
I think it was March of 2012. A little before that, Mikey Taylor actually just told me one night, he's like, hey, I'm part of this group I want you to audition for. What it is just they're open to all forms of all varieties of spoken word, you know, be it comedy, storytelling, poetry, etc., etc. But we get together. All of our shows have been absolutely no cover, and we pick a new charity month by month or show by show, just depending on what it is that we're doing. We don't take anything from it as far as pay or anything like that goes. But I think there's about 25 of us now. There's like 3 or 4 of them that have like moved out of state. But I mean, yeah, we get together once a month at the pizza shop. We got a show coming up at the Hideout. We're negotiating on a date here, but sometime probably June or early July, that'll be we'll be playing Cards Against Humanity with the crowd. We've done a few of those. We've done Slowdown, and I mean, yeah, we've raised money for Nebraska Humane Society, American Red Cross, Nebraska Food Bank. Project Harmony is for the show. June 17th, Monday the 17th, is our next one at the pizza shop. Yeah, great crew of performers, all sorts of different things.
Good. And the charity thing, that's also, I didn't even realize they were involved doing stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the whole point of it. I mean, all of us have our own other little projects. Dave Nesbitt, I mean, he's kind of our de facto leader. I mean, he's does like filming and organizes, I mean, some other events and things of that nature. But yeah, Mikey, obviously, he's got the Zombie Research Society. And yeah, I mean, I've got open mics and other stuff I'm involved in, but I mean, it's not so much that, I mean, yeah, we're all just doing it on the side. I mean, we're all very dedicated to that organization, but that, yeah, I mean, it's a great networking opportunity, if nothing else. And so it just and we're trying to make it more of okay, yeah, if you come into this group, then, I mean, yeah, we can teach you sound, we can teach you about booking, and you want some experience as an MC, we can do that, and tech. Most of our shows are like streaming online, so it's like we can show you how to set all that up, and so it's just more of kind of a training ground for their performers as much as it is just the chance for exposure and raising money from here.
All right, Joe, you've been talking for way too long right now here in your bathroom. You got stuff to do, you got a job to get to later, so let's cut to the chase here, get down to the potty questions here on
What
Potty
we really
Talk.
came for, yes.
Yes, the stuff that people really want to know.
Oh, I know.
Open mic,
open mics, semi-spoken word.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
This is the meat right
This
here.
is
the
what we came
potatoes
for.
right
No
here.
one knows poo like Joe Riss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to know about some shit, when you think shit, think Joe. Wait, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good right all. I am not painting you in a good light here.
I'm used to it. It's
all
okay.
Right. Okay. So, Joe. All right. First potty question. What's the greatest potty story that you ever have that you could possibly tell us?
It's actually a story about a potty story.
Oh, it's like Inception.
Yeah, exactly.
Food.
It's a story within a story, and we might have to go deeper. But
She said. Sorry, I messed up.
Well,
I fought for it. Go ahead.
a coworker of mine, I used to work overnight dispatch, and it was like one of my coworkers wanted to fix me up on a date with someone else that worked at the same company, but like on a completely different shift than what I was. And so it's we he put us in contact with each other. We went to have coffee and whatnot, and we were at a Starbucks, and they had a special on, I think it was like an apple cider or something. I thought that was on special, and it's like I went to get a fresh drink or whatever. We'd been talking, things were going well, and I kind of giggled a bit at the apple cider thing. She's like, "Oh, well, what's so funny?" So I'm like, "Well, saw that apple cider was on special." And she's like, "Apple cider's funny?" And I said, "Oh, let me tell you a story here." And I said, "Okay, well, it was Christmas Day, just I think it was 2005, and I was working in Hawaii on a cruise ship, and 5,000 miles from home. So as soon as we got into port, like I ran down to the pier, caught the first cab to a Denny's in Waikiki Beach. It was Christmas Day, and I was so excited. I wanted to treat myself. I mean, I didn't have a day off or anything like that, and working my butt off. But far from home, hey, it's Christmas. At least I can eat well." So went to Denny's. I got the moons over my hammy, and there was I wanted me some apple juice, and so I decided that I wasn't just they said, "Okay, small, medium, or large." I didn't just go with not the medium, not the large. I went with the carafe of apple juice.
Okay.
And so I sat there at the Denny's, and I had my moons over my hammy, and just talked with the staff, and all that was good. And then I realized that I'd only burned through one glass of apple juice in the entire time it took me to eat my meal. And there's like the rest of this carafe sitting there, full liter of apple juice. And so I sat there and I drank that entire carafe of apple juice. And it was Hawaii. There was a mall open next door, so I'm walking around the mall looking for some trinkets. I was supposed to go home in a couple of weeks. And so all of a sudden, everything between like my knees and my chest just started feeling really rumbly. And I'm like, oh, gotta find a bathroom. And so I'm running all over this mall like a penguin and whatnot. And then I find a security guard. She's like, can I help you, sir? And I'm like, where's the bathroom? Oh, go up the stairs, take a left and a right and a left and a right and a left and a right. And then down at the end of the hallway, there should be a bathroom for you. Okay, thank you. And so I go and I follow these really weird directions and I find a freaking bathroom. And I mean, yeah, like I think I just like, pinned the door closed with my foot, like just in time, because something that was about the consistency of like poorly mixed instant chocolate pudding just came just shooting out of my asshole. And it was like, and when I got to about this point in the story, I realized where I was and what I was doing. And my date starts laughing her ass off because apparently just like this look of horror just washes over my face. And I just like kind of like hunched over a little bit. And yeah. Now people forgive the expression, but give me shit for telling a poo story on a first date. But that did lead to a second date specifically because I made her laugh.
So the poo story was beneficial.
Yeah. So I don't care what anybody says. So telling a poo story
on a first date is legit.
It's legit. A lot of people, I get this speech from my friends about, okay, you will not chase flies, you will not bark, you will not growl, you will not hit yourself in the head, you will make sure your car's in park before exiting the vehicle, and you will not talk about poo. No, fuck that. Talking about poo is totally legit. You can do that on first dates now. You heard it here first.
It's okay now.
Yes.
It's okay to talk about poo.
It's 2013. We will not be suppressed any longer. You can talk about poo on a first date.
I've always said for years, the ultimate question you can ask a girl, can I crap in your car?
Yes.
See? And that just proves it. That story proves that it is okay to ask that special someone the poo question. So, or talk about poo in general.
Yeah, but what if they work in nursing or some job where you have to interact with poo? What if they work in a daycare?
That's true.
Poo is a very important part of our society.
Exactly.
The management of poo.
Shit is everyone poos.
Mm-hmm. Everybody poops.
This will
if you don't, you're an android.
Exactly. Wishing just a random thought just popped in my head. Wouldn't it be great because there was a book called Everyone Poops, Poops or something like that. Isn't it about time Michael Bay did a movie version of that book? I think that would be the most explosion.
I'm waiting for
awesome.
Oh god, Michael Bay with
slow
poo.
motion.
He has enough explosions as is, but
helicopter going by in slow motion for no reason.
I'm just picturing a poo mushroom cloud like the size of Manhattan. Because he really likes to tear up New York too, so it just.
Michael Bay's Everyone Poops.
Well, in the next Transformer movie, like Starscream or something's gonna get his ass kicked, and then just like oil shooting out of his ass.
It's just gonna be. Optimus Prime has diarrhea.
Where's Optimus with the needle? He's got a case in the shits.
On a box. Roll out the toilet paper.
Transform and roll out. The Charmin, that is.
Roll out the Charmin. Starscream, no.
Get away from that bidet, Starscream.
Wow, this just took an awful turn here.
Don't you love having me on your show?
Yes, it's just made this is just vacation now.
Last time we were talking about super babies and,
I forgot.
Superman semen or something like that.
You are not alone! It ties back to that. Superman, you are not alone with your super semen and diarrhea.
Oh god, if Superman had diarrhea. Oh god!
That's how creoles begin.
Well, it's just, imagine that you're just chilling at your house in Pittsburgh, it's supposed to be Metropolis or something, and then just a super turd just comes.
Flying through the pipe.
Yeah. Super turds, you heard it here first.
They can't possibly smell good. What is it, like a sewer leak in the neighborhood? No, friggin' Superman had decided to take a crap. He couldn't just fly out to some corner.
There was a hostage situation down the street, so Superman comes booking it on down here, and he had tacos for lunch. Oh, man, let me tell you.
You know, with that new suit in the new Superman film, how does he use the bathroom and thing? Because that looks like it's just like one big one-piece unit
How did
car.
he use it in the old one? I mean, it was always just like a...
old one, there's like, you know, at least a belt line, so at least, you know, maybe he could
I
pull
don't
down.
think so. I think it was just like the blue thing was just like one big thing, and he just pulled on the undies after.
I don't know. That's tradition where he comes from. Where he underwear on the outside.
I don't know. I haven't talked to any costuming people that have done like a Superman thing, but it's just that's
I need
the
to
impression
get a
have.
comic book expert here as a guest, and we need to at least figure that crap out. So that'd be for a future potty talk. Well, wow, we have gone so long now.
Oh, yeah.
Is this what she said? No, that's just no.
All good.
Let's see. Well, we'll wrap it up with one last question here. I asked your favorite potty word last time. That's usually the traditional question that everyone is guaranteed to get. What would we ask you your favorite potty word last time? Do you have a new favorite potty word or like a second favorite potty word now, or that you would like to share?
I think last time it was poop.
Which we just talked a lot about.
I think we've sufficiently covered poop. Farting has become a huge deal. I don't know why, if it's just my diet lately or what, but I mean, it's just like, farting.
You're getting older, sir. And
Thanks for that reminder. Thing, you know. But I mean, I have been gassy and whatnot, and so it just, farting, and when it's socially acceptable to do so.
Welcome to the 30s.
Not quite. I'm only I just turned 27.
Oh, 27.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
So it's just like, by the time I get to my 30s,
for some reason. Well,
it's just gonna be like, oh my God, Kevin, what is this?
So you're just getting on a head start now.
Yeah. Early bloomer. But,
early bloomer.
something like that.
It's good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So farting, that would be the favorite.
Fart.
Just fart the word.
Is the new word for 2013.
Right. You heard it here first. Favorite potty word this episode? Fart. Google it. Don't Google it.
I actually found out a friend of mine had to get their appendix removed. Like the litmus test for like once your appendix is out is that like you have to eat food and then you have to fart. They have to know that you can fart because like that's like how they test to make sure that your intestines are working the way that they should. And so it was a female friend of mine that had her appendix out, and so I'm just like standing there like listening to her and the nurse talk about this. It's just like, just order a cheeseburger and we need you to fart and then you're good to go, which is like,
okay.
So farting has medical purposes. Yes.
I actually want to do I spoke to someone about this a couple years ago, a art show, a theme art show where like a group of just, random artists, and I want the theme to be the art of fart. And I think it would be...
Can I MC that, please?
If I ever get this off the ground. This has been like 2 years in the making.
I would be, freaking honored. I mean, to do that.
I wanted to do a where you get artists, they can paint wherever their interpretation of fart would be. And
I actually want to talk, I'd like to get into like some kind of visual medium this year. And so like, we could maybe work on some painting. Start off at like chimpanzee level. And maybe you could teach me how to like paint stick figures eventually. So,
okay, I'll teach you.
Yes.
Padawan.
Because you can't spell fart without art. So that makes some kind of
that's clever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, this has been the episode 2. Well, this is really like episode 8 or 9. I don't know. I lost track how many episodes of these things I've done.
Season 2, episode 2.
Season 2, episode 2. So,
Potty Talk.
Potty Talk. Mr. Joe Gritz here. Cash, I'm hosting the Hideout's really long name open mic. I'm almost wanted.
Yeah.
I just felt like most wanted open mics so people don't think we're like Crime Stoppers or something.
Yeah. Well, there's like a job site too, Omaha, helpwanted.com, and people might get you two confused, and people might show up and ask for a job. And really, the Hideout, I love the Hideout, but really, that's the last place you're going to want to go to and go, hey, can I get a job? You don't know what you might get in return.
I'm an investment banker. We got some vomit in the bathroom. You might be able to
exactly. Catch Joe out Tuesday nights. He's hosting the open mic down there at the Hideout. Cosmo's running it.
Omaha's Most Wanted Open Mic on Facebook.
There you go.
Check out the Samurai Spoken Word on Facebook.
That too. And I think I really covered all the bases. Joe, for being the first recurring guest here on Potty Talk.
Absolutely. Shout out to Ben Johnson. I told him I mentioned his name last night.
Oh, Ben Johnson, hey. Do a shot. I think that's why everyone should. If you get a shot on this show, you should do a shot. That's how it. Shot for a shot. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
I'm going to copyright that.
That works.
There you go. Alright, anyways, we're rambling again. Potty Talk. This has been Joe Riss here. This is Kevin, a.k.a. Chicken Boy, a.k.a. Heat Sacker, a.k.a. Strong and Shaw. I don't know. I just made up that word. Sounds good though. Strong and Shaw. It'll be my new space name. Thank you for watching. Potty Talk. YouTube that shit. Peace. Thank you. Good night.
Word to your mother.